Hey moms and dads, if there's one thing you'll never catch us doing here at 3T Family Chiropractic, it's telling parents that they only have one choice when it comes to their child's health. Instead, we talk about a sequence of healing and how the nervous system is at the foundation of it all, especially when we're struggling with things like anxiety. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about a story about a patient named Haley. Now, Haley's mom would wake up each and every day not knowing how Haley would react with going to school or even just getting through her morning routine. Haley's extreme anxiety often ended up with anger and heated confrontations with her mom. And it's understandable. It's hard for parents when their kids are dealing with anxiety because so many things can be affected. Sometimes kids won't eat due to an upset stomach or tummy troubles. Sometimes it's confrontation or not wanting to go to school at all. It's hard for adults to explain anxiety when we have it. So of course it's going to be very, very difficult for a kiddo or a teen experiencing the exact same thing. Now, the traditional medical route told Haley's parents that medication was the only answer. Now, when that didn't progress the way that they wanted to, they were at a loss until a family friend recommended that they take a look at chiropractic care, and that's when everything changed. Now, in our office, we see it time and time again. Middle school and high school age kids dealing with an overwhelming amount of emotion and anxiety due to school stress, transitions, home stress, things that they deal with in everyday life. And that they're not alone. Approximately 4.4 million children struggle with anxiety, often leading to difficulties in school, social interactions, which creates just a snowball effect with their anxiety as it gets bigger and bigger. Now, as a pediatric chiropractor, I've seen countless children and teens just like Haley who have exhausted traditional medical approaches, and the families are now seeking an alternative drug-free solution to their kiddos' anxiety. Now, being nervous and sometimes anxious can be a natural human response to the perceived threats that we deal with, triggering our fight or flight or freeze response of our nervous system. Now, when these things become stuck, that's when they turn into anxiety, and it can significantly change the way that that kid perceives daily life. Now, common symptoms of anxiety in children and teens include feeling nervous or tense, sensing danger when it might not actually be there. Sometimes we see increased heart rate or rapid breathing, unable to take that deep breath. We see sweating and trembling and difficulty concentrating, like we talked about before, those tummy troubles or that gastrointestinal problem. All these are the results of their nervous system pushing the pedal down on that sympathetic nervous system and not being able to switch off of it into that parasympathetic brake system. Now, subluxation is the stress and tension that can get stuck within our nervous system, causing this imbalance in the autonomic nervous system that heightens our body's stress response and doesn't allow it to balance between that fight or flight or the rest, digest, and regulate motions there. Our goal at 3T is to help the body know when it's safe and when to activate the fight or flight. Both of these systems are very needed. Just like we need the sympathetic response when we work out, or if things are troublesome, or if we're about, to get hit by a car. Those things are very important. But we also need that counterbalance, so that brake, so that our bodies are able to basically restore and get that energy level back. Now, this brings in the important role of the vagus nerve in our anxious little kiddos and teenagers. The vagus nerve plays a crucial role in regulating the rest and relaxation response of the nervous system. Dysfunction of the vagus nerve can contribute to anxiety because the body cannot access what we call the brake pedal. At 3T, we see that in most common ways with the vagus nerve being injured is usually from stress either during pregnancy or in the prenatal period, sometimes birth trauma, or even stressors during early childhood. Now, this can lead to subluxation and dysautonomia, which sets the stage for anxiety later in life. Now, our team at 3T specializes in neurologically focused chiropractic, and we use Insight neurological stands to detect and measure the presence of severity in subluxation and dysautonomia, allowing for personalized care plan for each kid. Now, chiropractic adjustments are extremely safe and effective at releasing that stuck stress from the sympathetic nervous system. We do great at activating the vagus nerve and restoring balance to the nervous system as a whole. So if your child's struggling with anxiety and you feel like you've exhausted all the options, it might be time to consider a different approach. Now, neurologically focused pediatric chiropractic care offers a drug-free, non-invasive way to address the root cause of your child's anxiety by focusing on the nervous system. Now at 3T, we specialize in helping children just like Haley find relief from anxiety and restore balance to their lives. So our team's trained to identify that. We look deep at the underlying layers that these kids are dealing with. Each are very unique, and we find and tailor customized care plans to those unique challenges. So for next steps, if you need any other additional information, feel free to send us a direct message. We have links in our bio that can explain more about anxiety in kids, but feel free to message us. Send this to a friend if you know somebody that's dealing with this kind of issue with their kids. And many kids have a story just like Haley's, and we want to be that holistic drug-free option for all those kiddos out there.